So good morning. On behalf of Dr. Uday Shah and the entire SKM team, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to today's session. Today's session is one of the very basic questions which intrigue all of us. What is my dharma, or what is my purpose in life? So I'm sure that anybody who has ever been interested in spirituality, or for that matter, interested in God, or for that matter, interested in anything which has to do with a higher understanding of things, always asks this question to themselves: what is my purpose? Why have I been born? I'm sure and I hope that you have also asked this question to yourself, or at least you are seeking an answer to this question. What is my purpose? So please feel free to share your thoughts in the chat box so that this session is as interactive as it can be. Meanwhile, I will share with you the guidance which I have received from Dr. Shah. Okay. So what is my dharma? First, let us understand, before we go into this slide, first let us understand that dharma is not religion. Some of us have this misconception that dharma and religion are the same thing. Yes, they are commonly used like that. But dharma is essentially the purpose with which you are born. Whatever purpose you have for taking birth, for this birth that you have taken, that is your dharma. Now, if some of you have heard Dr. Shah, he has explained very beautifully in so many sessions that whenever we take birth, before taking birth, or let us say after we leave the body or we die, and before we take birth again, there is a small portion, there is a phase which is called life between life. Life between life means that it is a life between the two physical lives on the planet, on Earth. So after we leave the body and before we take a new body, that process, that phase is called life between life. And in life between life, there are so many things to it, which you can see those sessions on YouTube, they're all there. One of the things that happens is that we decide what our next life is going to be. So we make this solemn promise to God, we make this promise to ourselves, to our own soul, and to our connected souls, that we are going to take birth, and this is what we are going to do in that birth. It can be many things. It can be paying back karma. It can be learning new things. It can be soul evolution. It can be helping out some of our connected souls, or it can be helping out a large number of souls. It entirely depends on how our past lives have been and where we are in our spiritual journey or spiritual evolution. Depending on that, we take a decision, we make a promise, we sit with our masters, and a blueprint is drawn about our next life and our soul purpose. The purpose with which we take birth, that is our dharma. So just to clarify, that dharma is not to be confused, at least in this context, it is not to be confused with religion. So with that intention, we take birth. And when we take birth, with a purpose, with what our soul has chosen to do, that is essentially our soul's dharma. Now, we must understand that it is not always necessary that all the lessons that we come to take on this planet are always positive. Now, some of you, if you've seen the sessions regarding duality or polarity, will understand that just like every coin has two sides, Dharma also, or our purpose also, has two sides. That is, they are always coming here to take both experiences, positive experiences as well as negative experiences. So just like we have happiness in life, we also have sorrow in life. We have good experiences in life, we have bad experiences in life. We have friends in life, we also have enemies in life. That is duality. That is the duality in which we live until and unless we transcend it. So as long as that exists, we have to understand that the soul can come with a negative purpose also, with a negative dharma also. And the best example, which is always quoted, and I will also use that example, is of the Mahabharata, like you can see in the scene in the PPT, in the slide on your screen now. That Sri Krishna told Arjuna, when he was reluctant to fight, that it is his dharma. He has to fight. Now, we all know that Arjun was very reluctant. He did not want to start that fight because Kauravas were his cousins. So he was extremely reluctant because he did not want to wage war against his own brothers. But that is when Shri Krishna tells Arjun that it is his dharma to fight and he must fight. So that is what we have to understand, that dharma is not always positive. Now, Arjun had to learn a negative lesson or a dark lesson. Now, there is a long story why he had to do that, but what is to be understood is our lessons on earth are not always positive. Sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. So what is to be remembered is that if our lessons are positive, then obviously there is no problem. We take that experience, we learn that lesson, and then we move on. But if it is a negative lesson, for example, if somebody has come to take the experience of committing crime, and yes, that happens. I mean, a lot of people come just to take that experience. So then definitely that soul is going to take a negative experience. No matter how much we try, no matter what we do, if it is our children, if it is our parents, if it is our siblings, if they have come to take a dark lesson or a negative lesson, they are going to take that lesson. So we don't have to stop them, but what we have to intend, or we have to put in this intention, that just like every experience, they can take that experience and immediately move on. They should not get stuck in that experience. They should not get stuck in the cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over again, or taking the same experience over and over again. So just like if somebody has come with the intention to take the experience of committing a crime, and if that person commits a crime, then our intention should be that that person should be freed from it and move on, so that he can learn his next lesson. But before that happens, we have to seek forgiveness, because whenever we come and take lessons, whether we take a positive lesson or whether we take a negative lesson, eventually I think life must have shown you that somebody or the other tends to get upset. Somebody gets hurt. When definitely we are taking a negative lesson, then definitely somebody is going to get hurt in the process. But sometimes even when the lesson is positive for ourselves, when the lesson is positive for us, even then, even at that point in time, people get hurt. For example, so many people from India migrate to the US. So we know this, that when that person is migrating or shifting or going for a job abroad, their parents get hurt. They get upset because they have raised the child and now the child is going abroad and they will be left alone. So we are going to take an experience. We are going to take a positive experience. That experience will help us, even our family. But still, some people get hurt. Similarly, sometimes one of the parents has to go out, maybe take a job abroad. So the children get upset. It is entirely a positive thing. It is entirely in the interest of not just the individual, but the entire family. But still, the family or certain members of the family get hurt. So we must understand in this context that even when we do something positive, there is a possibility that somebody is getting hurt. And when we are doing something negative, then we are definitely sure that somebody is getting hurt. So what is it that we have to do? What is it that we are required to do? What is that purpose with which we have come in this life, in this form, in the human form? And how do we go about it? So this is what Dr. Shah explains, that every soul has its individual dharma. So the first thing to understand is that every soul is unique. Every soul has its own dharma. So it is not to be confused with religion, but at the same time, what has to be understood is that every person has come with a set of things to learn, a set of experiences to take. So the first thing that we don't have to do is to stop that person from taking his experience. Or in other words, is to stop anybody from going on the path or following their dharma. So if somebody has come to take a negative experience, that is their dharma. That is what Shri Krishna also explains to Arjun, that this is your dharma. You have to wage war because you are in this circumstance, you are in this position, you are in this situation for a reason. And Arjun is reluctant. But Shri Krishna tells him that this is your dharma. And that is what has to be understood, that we are nobody to stop our children, to stop our siblings, to stop our parents, to stop our colleagues from taking the experience that they have come for. Even if it is a negative experience, we have to give them the freedom. We have to give them the space to take the experience that they have come to take, because it is essential for the evolution of the soul. But what also has to be understood is that if we really feel for them, if we care about them, then we have to heal them. We have to put forth this intention that they must quickly take their experience and move on, that they do not get stuck in the loop of taking that negative experience again and again. And the second thing is, if we are the doer, if we are the one who is giving a negative experience to somebody, either consciously or unconsciously, whether willingly or unwillingly, then we must do closure. Now, what is closure? Closure means that we cannot leave it the way it is. We have to wrap it up. We have to wind it up. So every day when you go to office, you clean up your desk before going home. When you eat at the table, you clean up the table, you do the dishes, and you wind up and pack up before you go to bed. That is exactly what closure is. So once you've done your thing, once you've taken your experience, once you've performed your dharma, then you have to seek forgiveness from those whom you have hurt. You have to seek forgiveness from those who have consciously, unconsciously suffered in the process of you executing or experiencing your dharma. You have to seek forgiveness from those people that you know, and also from those people that you do not know about. For example, some act that you do might have caused harm to people that you do not know. You've not met them, but it might have had those repercussions which hurt a lot of people. So you must seek forgiveness from all of them. Just like after the Mahabharata, Shri Krishna took all the Pandavas for forgiveness. They went to all the dhams to seek forgiveness from all the souls that they had killed, from all the people that they had hurt, from all the mothers whose children got killed, from all the wives whose husbands got killed. So we must understand this, that every action that we do has a lot of repercussions. And even if we are performing our dharma, and even if it is a positive action, and almost always when it is a negative action, we have to seek forgiveness from the connected souls or from the souls who have unconsciously been hurt. So while we understand that even a negative experience is important, it is important for the purpose of completing our journey, for the purpose of taking our experiences, for the purpose of evolution of our soul. We have to do clearance with the people whom we have hurt in the process. We have to forgive. We have to seek forgiveness. We have to free ourselves from them and free them from us, so that there are no negative cords with them. There are no curses. There are no hurts. And that is also part of our dharma. So our dharma is not just restricted to just coming and doing your thing. It also involves clearing or clearance with those people, with the connected souls, and doing closure with them and wrapping it up, those energetic, deleting those energetic cords, cutting those energetic cords with them, so that they are also free to move on in life and we are also free to move on in life. So that is essentially what we have to do today. Just one more aspect that we must understand, although I've already spoken about it, that we must not judge somebody for the actions that they do. Now, this is also an aspect of dharma. If our soul has come to take an experience, even if it is a negative thing, we have to take that experience. Similarly, other souls or other people, as we see them, have also come to take their experiences. And sometimes their experiences involve giving us a lot of negative experiences. But this is the way God has planned it. This is the way the universe works, that each of us gives experiences to the other person. All of us give bad experiences to each other. All of us give good experiences to each other. All of us have said positive things to somebody. All of us have said negative things to somebody. We have done good to people. We've done bad to people. So for somebody, we are very good. For others, we are very bad. In somebody's story, we are the heroes. In somebody's story, we are the villains. So what we must understand is that one man's food is another man's poison. What we must understand is that everybody has their own perspective in life. Everybody in their own understanding of things on the basis of what knowledge they have. In fact, on the basis of what their consciousness is or what the level of their consciousness is. They decide whether something is good for them or bad for them. So what we must understand is just the way we want freedom, we want space to take the experiences that we want to take. We have to give freedom to others to take the experiences they want to take. And we are nobody to judge whether it is right or wrong. We have to understand that whatever they are doing is just an experience. And we are nobody to label it as positive or negative, or we are nobody to label it as good or bad. We are nobody to pass judgments on them. We are nobody to criticize them. We are nobody to gossip about them. We are nobody to bitch about them. Because in their own way, they are right. In their own way, they are correct. They are just following their own dharma. And one more example which Dr. Shah gave and I'm sharing with you is just like so many, for a same crime, it's punished in a different way in different countries. And in fact, in bigger countries, for example, in the US, the different states have their own laws. And so many times there is a variation in the punishment for the same offense in one state. In one state, it is less or more, and in another state, it may be less or more. The nature of the punishment can also be the same. The degree of proof or evidence required also is different. What it essentially means is no two things are the same. We cannot judge two people with the same yardstick. We cannot judge two religions with the same yardstick. We cannot judge two genders with the same yardstick. We cannot judge two countries with the same yardstick. Because everybody has their own dharma. If somebody has been born in a particular country, it is for a reason. If somebody has traveled to another country, it is for a reason. If somebody is eating something or likes something while they eat, that is also for a reason. And I say this in the context of food because some of us are vegetarians, some of us are non-vegetarians. So we tend to judge each other. We tend to judge each other's food. We tend to judge each other's clothing, how they dress up, how they carry themselves, how they speak, their accent. We judge people by color. We judge people by race. And that is exactly what needs to be understood, that no two people can be same because they are different souls with different lessons. So every soul has taken birth consciously by choice. So somebody has taken a dark lesson, somebody has taken a bad lesson by choice. And therefore, they are also moving forward in their journey of evolution. Our only job is to mind our own business and focus on our evolution, on focus on our own evolution, on focus on our own transformation, focus on what is blocking our path within us, focus on our own insecurities or on our own fears, and breaking those patterns that we have, transgressing those boundaries that we have, deleting that negative memory that we have, and healing our hurts. That is our dharma. That is the dharma of every soul. Every soul has come here with one purpose, and that is the evolution of the soul. Now, how that evolution is going to happen, that is a different question. Somebody has chosen one type of lesson, somebody's chosen another type of lesson. Somebody has chosen very intense lessons. That entirely depends on them, their path, their soul, their choice. So we are literally nobody to judge other people. We must understand that every soul has its own individual dharma, and that we must allow them to do what they want to do, what they need to do. We must understand that we need to give freedom, we need to give space for everybody, for our children. Particularly, I say this because we have this habit of controlling our children. We don't want to let them take any negative experience, any bad experience, because we want to protect them. But we must understand this, that being cautious and being careful and supervising them is obviously very important, but we should not come in the way of their dharma. So if they really, really want to do something, then we are nobody to stop them. We can only pray that they quickly take their lesson and come back or move on. And that is essentially why all of us are here. And our children particularly are more evolved than us. They are more evolved souls. Because only when we die, we are going to take birth again. So by simple logic, our children are much more evolved than us. And because they are more evolved, they are more certain about their dharma. So they are very clear about what they want to do, what they don't want to do. And we give them stories about how things used to happen in our times and how we had to struggle in our lives. But the point is that they've already gone through those struggles. Their souls are more evolved than us. They might be children as of now, they might be young. And we might think that we are more experienced than they are, and which is true in one sense. But in the understanding of, or from the viewpoint of the soul, they are more experienced than us. And because they are more experienced than us, they are more certain than us. They are very sure about what they want to eat, how they want to dress up. They are sure about what they want in life. And more particularly, they are very sure about what they don't want in life. And what is the essence of today's session is that we must understand and accept that every soul is unique and they have come with their own purpose. And we should just let them be. What we have to focus on is our own purpose. And now it comes to the concluding part of it, that we need to understand what is our purpose. Why have we been born? What is it that our soul has chosen to do? And the simple thing is, if there is something that you do that you really enjoy doing. Now, whether you make money doing it or not, that is another question. But if you really enjoy doing it, if you're happy doing it, if you get the sense of freedom while you do it, if you can do that thing again and again and again without getting bored, without getting tired, then that is your dharma. That is your purpose. And I'm grateful to Julie, who has asked the question whether we can have more than one purpose. And yes, Julie, definitely we have more than one purpose. We have multiple purposes. Because now, as we all know, we are in Kali Yuga. So in Kali Yuga, we've already experienced so many lives. And there's basically, we are here now to only complete what remains. So all the exams in which we flunked, this is the time for the repeat examinations. We are giving all the back papers now. Whatever is pending is coming to us now. And therefore, we don't have the luxury to just come in or take birth with one purpose. So we have to finish more than one purpose in this life. And although it is out of context, but because you've asked this question, which is what can explain why today we have people who start up with a different set of education. Maybe we study engineering, then we do an MBA, then we go into something totally different, into business or something. Despite having a scientific background, we end up doing commerce, or we have similarly, we have partners. We start with one partner, we get married, we get divorced, we have children with another partner. Today, people are having 2, 3, 4 partners in one life. It is all because we are just completing the pending syllabus. We are just completing what remains. So whatever has been left, whatever karmic lesson has been left, or whatever karmic remains with different individuals, we meet them, we complete our karmic, and then we move on. And that is why we have so many frequent changes in relationships, frequent changes in jobs. Sometimes you're working in this country, sometimes you're working in another country, because there is a little bit of karma pending here, there's a little bit of karma pending there. So yes, we have more than one purpose, and now our lives are completely focused on, at least, I mean, in life between life, we've chosen to finish as much as karma that we can in one single life. So we come with a huge load of multiple purposes. But then essentially what it means is that there will be one broad purpose, one broader purpose, which will be the mainstream purpose of the life. And that is what we are talking about broadly. It also includes the other smaller purposes, definitely, yes. But what I'm emphasizing in today's session is we must try to identify that one broad theme, or that one broad reason why, or one main reason why we have taken birth. And that is our dharma, and that is all, and that is only what can answer. In fact, that is only which can quench that thirst that we have to find out our sole purpose or our real dharma. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope I have been able to convey what Dr. Shah wanted me to convey to you. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box, and we will take a 1 or 2 minute break, and then we will start with the meditation. In the meantime, you can put your questions, if any, in the chat box. So if we are ready, let's start with the meditation. Please take a comfortable posture. And slowly bring your awareness to your breath. Once again, focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. Noticing how your breath goes in and out. Noticing the changes in the temperature of the breath. Noticing whether it is cooler when it's going in or warmer when it's coming out. Or is it the other way around? Is it warmer while going in and cooler while coming out? Notice how your body begins to relax more and more. Notice how your breathing becomes deeper and deeper and deeper. The more that you tend to relax, the deeper you go. As you continue to go deeper and deeper, slowly bring your awareness to your heart center. Now, keeping your awareness on your heart center, invoke your masters, guides, gurus, invoke all angels, archangels. Now, slowly allow your attention to drift to one of those instances where you followed your heart. You did what you wanted to do. You followed your dharma. but you ended up upsetting somebody. You ended up hurting somebody. Bring your attention to one such instance. You were only doing what you wanted to do. You never really wanted to hurt anyone, but still people got hurt. Some of them you know, and some of them you might not have even met. Whatever action or reaction has been because of our following our own dharma. We seek forgiveness for it from all those souls whom we have hurt directly or indirectly, consciously or unconsciously, those that we know of, and also those that we don't even know about. We seek forgiveness from all those souls. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. Please repeat after me. I'm really, really sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I was just following my own dharma. I was just following my own heart. For all the positive and negative experiences that I wanted to take, I ended up hurting you. And for that, once again, I seek forgiveness from the bottom of my heart. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. Slowly now, allow your attention to drift to those people whom we have judged, whom we have ridiculed, made fun of, because they are following their own dharma. Bring your awareness to those people, your children, your parents, your siblings, your colleagues, whom you tried to stop because they were following their own dharma, because they were following their heart. From all those souls whom we stopped or tried to stop, we shall seek forgiveness. I am sorry. I did not have the understanding that what you are doing is your own dharma. I am sorry I tried to stop you. I am sorry I discouraged you. For all those acts, now that I have understood that you were only taking experience, I seek forgiveness from you. I am really sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. I'm really, really sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and I thank you. I have now learned my lesson. Today, my consciousness has increased. From now on, I will accept everybody. Because just like I am following my dharma, they are following their dharma. I promise that from now on, I will not judge anyone. I will give everybody the freedom and the space to follow their own dharma, to follow their heart's desire, to follow their soul plan, their soul purpose, their real dharma. I promise I will not force anybody to follow my religion or my customs. I will allow them to take their own experiences, to learn their own lessons. I accept everyone, my children, my family, my friends, my community. I accept other communities, other people, their religion, because that is their dharma. I have now understood that my business is to mind my own business, to give freedom to everybody, to give space to everybody, so that they can follow their own dharma. Only when I give freedom to others will I get freedom to practice my own dharma, to live my own dharma, to complete my own dharma. And from now on, every single day, I will focus on my own dharma, focus on what I really want to do in life, focus on that one thing which gives me joy, which gives me peace, which gives me inner happiness. I will not use my logic. I will not allow my limited logical mind to interfere in my dharma. I will allow my heart to feel freely. I will follow my heart's desires. I will live my life with my soul purpose. I will live my life according to my dharma. I promise myself that I will focus inwards, that I will try to do everything with awareness. That I will always give freedom and always follow my heart. With this sankalp, slowly bring your awareness back to your heart center. Notice the differences in your heart center. Feel the feeling of freedom, the feeling of expansion within your heart center. From the bottom of your heart, thank all the masters, gurus, angels, all light beings who are helping us in our transformation in this moment. Thank all the connected souls who have joined this session today. Thank your own soul for taking this transformative journey. Thank our master, Dr. Uday Shah, for all that he does for us. Very slowly, bring your awareness back to your breath. Once again, focusing on the inhalations and the exhalations. And then slowly bring your awareness to your physical body. Rub your hands together and cup them on your eyes. Whenever you think you're ready, slowly open your eyes. So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's session. So thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next month. Till then, bye. Take care. Have a nice day, and always keep smiling.